You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest, first-timer on Ron Siegel Radio. Robert Houston is with us. Welcome, my friend.
Woo-hoo! Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While we do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today National Chop Suey Day. Okay, I guess chop suey, that'd be, I guess, Chinese food. A lot of vegetables in there. You know, I'm a meat guy, but chop suey day, I like that one. Where are you going for some great chop suey? And if you're a vodka drinker, which I am, today's also National Lemon Juice Day. So no, don't put the sugar in there because then it would be lemonade. But we're just going with straight old lemon juice today. That's okay. We got it. Moving right along, let's see what's going on in the world today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average now down 88 points. It's doing a little bit better than it was earlier in the day. We'll talk about that in a minute. The S&P 500 down 12. The NASDAQ is down 84. Oil is up another $3 per barrel. $3 a barrel of gasoline. So we know that inflation is still running hot no matter what the Federal Reserve is telling us. Let's take a look at gasoline prices and see if we even want to talk about this. Now, you know, I am in California, so we are the leaders of the world. Are we still leading this? Well, Hawaii finally beat us out. $5.27 a gallon of gasoline here in the formerly Golden State. Josh, you're over there at $4.87. You finally got below that $4.90 mark. So you guys are doing a little bit better. Jody, $4 a gallon in Arizona. And obviously the winner always is Lori in Louisiana, $3.41 a gallon. But being that we've got Robert on the line with us, and we're going to talk to him in just a little bit, we'll have to look. Now, you know, I'm sitting here in California. Robert's over there in Florida. $3.61 a gallon in Florida. $3.61, and we're at $5.27. Figure that one out. Hey, we got to get some good news, though, or we got some news. I don't know if it's good news. No more gas-powered cars in California after 2035. I guess we're going to be going back to the Flintstones era when we're going to have to just kind of run. You know, you put your feet through the floorboard and start running. I guess that's the idea here because we don't have enough power to even run the air conditioners, yet we're supposed to get rid of our gas-powered cars. Am I the only one that says that doesn't make any sense? Am I the only one that doesn't understand? Is that like putting the chicken before the egg? Let's see if we can get rid of the gasoline. And, oh, yeah, we don't have electricity either. Now I can understand why Josh is over there in Arizona, in Nevada. Lori's, so maybe there's a problem. Is there a trend going on here? I'm the only one that's left here in California. The rest of the team is all out of this area. So maybe maybe I should be the one that's got to learn something, and I'm the one here doing all the talking. Of course, that's kind of being part of on radio. Hey, let's move right along. Did you see this? Jerome Powell. He was out there and decided that he was going to speak up on Friday. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. My wife loves to shop, but even she couldn't spend or cost the country $1.2 trillion with an 8-minute speech. $1.2 trillion is what Jerome Powell's what was lost in market cap on the markets following his speech on Friday. Now, we know that they like to announce their policy issues when they're in Jackson Hole. That's where they are, where they were, Jackson Hole. So he came out, 8-minute speech. He's going to keep working on inflation. At the same time, the president keeps spending money that he doesn't have the authority to spend or the money to spend. Think about that one. So the president came out. He's going to give away $10,000 to $20,000 to everybody that's got student loans. Do you know what we could do with that same amount of money? All medical bills could be wiped out. Anybody that's got medical debts, right? That could be wiped out with that amount of money. What else could we do with that money? How about pre-K and kindergarten for every child in the United States? Every child in the United States. That would fund pre-K and kindergarten for every one of them. Now, I'm not sure that's good or bad because I've seen what the unions are doing to our schools and our kids. So I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but at least educating, if we can get the right kind of education, that would be good. But giving back this, and the administration doesn't know how much it's going to cost. How do you like that one? I'm going to go in and buy a new car, and I'm just going to say I'm going to pick that one right there, whatever one it is. What's it going to cost? I don't know. What's your payment going to be? Well, I don't know. How long is it going to last? I don't know. How many people are going to participate? I don't know. How many people are going to sit in? I don't know. But we're going to do it anyway. Now, I know that the president might be a little delusional. Well, maybe he's a lot delusional. But aren't you supposed to come up with these items ahead of time? And apparently, Joe Biden, I think he was around about the same time as Moses. But here's the issue on that one. I'm not sure where he got his schooling from. Well, maybe he didn't get any schooling because spending $1 trillion, and they don't know whether it's going to be 250 billion, 500 billion, or $1 trillion. They have no idea how much money they're spending. But the bottom line is that's supposed to be done by Congress, not the president unilaterally. So I was sharing with people over the weekend that I'm not sure. But I think that this whole thing, you get a lot of people that are all excited about getting $10,000 to $20,000 in student loans written off. But do you think it's going to go to the Supreme Court? Do you think it's going to be challenged in the courts? Do you think it'll ever happen? Or was Joe just talking? I don't know. We're going to find out. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, credit repair. We're going to learn about it from Mr. Credit Repair. A trusted real estate advisor provides expert advice and how to use gift money for your down payment. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products you just need to make the call. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Dow Jones, the S&P 500 now down 10.74 and improving. The 10-year Treasury is up 9 basis points, 3.121. We'll talk about that in a minute. Mortgage-backed securities are down 33 basis points, means interest rates are up. We'll talk about that. OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry. 30-year conforming loans locked on Friday, 5.701. 30-year jumbos, 5.591. FHA, 30-year, 5.548. USDA loans, 5.511. And the best loan on the market, it is for those who earned it. You got to have earned it. That would be the VA loan, 5.25%. And we know that because OBMMI, they calculate this information with locked rates for consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions. Not just a survey. They're actually the ones that are controlling the locks, or people are using them to control locks. But why? All got to do with that 8 minutes of Jerome Powell bringing the markets to their knees. Well, 8 minutes and Jerome Powell, that'll bring anybody to their knees, but the market. So he wants to curb inflation, and he says it will cause pain for U.S. households and businesses. Yeah, well, maybe if he was doing his job a year ago when we were telling you that they needed to stop this quantitative easing, we wouldn't be having this pain that we're going through right now. But now we're going to deal with it for a while still. And most of these Federal Reserve people, they decide they're going to keep on going. They're not going to let up. So about over 70% chance right now that the markets are going to increase interest rates, or that the Fed will increase the Fed funds rate by 75 basis points. I think it's September 21st. But before that, we're going to get some information this week on Wednesday and Friday. We've got jobs reports coming out. We'll see more inflation data coming out, all that, before we see that new data that's going to come from the Fed. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. You know, you probably noticed that I'm fairly active on the social channels. And about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we did a messaging. We had Mary Gaston did this message for us, and it was showing just the difference. And I think it was a $500,000 loan. And what's the difference in payments on that at that time between a 720 FICO score and a 675 FICO score? And if I recall the numbers, it was about $238 a month was the difference between those two FICO numbers. If you haven't seen that, we've got that message playing on a lot of our social channels right now. We'll put it up there again later today. But here's the issue. You control your FICO score if you know how, right? And we're going to learn about it. Robert Houston, Mr. Credit Repair, is with us, and we're going to get Robert to chat in. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Checking in from United States. I'm sorry, from Florida. I guess I better be careful because there are some people that listen to us and get upset. But he's out there in dealing with this stuff, the real world, not having to deal with some of the regulation that we deal with in California. But tell us a little bit about Mr. Credit Repair. I'm just throwing this out there, but we need to correct your screen name on there. I think it's supposed to be .biz. And my eyes might be messing me up.
I did that.
Mr. Credit Repair.biz. We'll correct it during the break. It's fine.
No worries.
So tell me a little bit about Mr. Credit Repair.biz.
Well, ironically, we were founded in Southern California. So I've been out here in Sarasota, Florida. Yeah, I've been out here for since January 2019, but I actually left Orange County, so was living in Anaheim Hills. But Mr. Credit Repair was born in SoCal around 2010. So we kind of used to outsource for credit to other companies, and literally decided the costs were exuberant at that time. So we decided to launch our own company. I ended up hooking up with a guy who's very well known in the industry at this time with software. We're grandfathered in, and therefore the Mr. Credit Repair.biz, we have our own platform. We own our software system. We are not renting a credit repair business.
What does that mean, that you own your own software?
Well, what it means is, see, if you go to Google, many people get into credit repair. They just kind of have this idea, I think I'll just do credit repair. You know, it seems easy enough. They think it's just sending out letters, you know, and disputing, which is not the case anymore. But a lot of folks decided to get in. So they look up how to start one. And obviously the algorithms drive you towards different software systems or CRM platforms that simply just host information, promote the letters, and have all the lots of the data that people can use in order to be somewhat effective.
Well, a lot of people I understand are writing these letters, and they send this out, and I want to get your take on it. They go on these letter writing campaigns saying that's not mine.
Yeah, that's just a standard issue, old school fraud, the fraud campaign. It's not mine. It's identity theft. What happens is once you do that, the credit bureaus will put a fraud alert on your credit. Those fraud alerts ultimately can hurt you when it comes to applying for new credit, whether it's buying a house, getting a card, or anything. So again, if you meet somebody who's still sending out letters and just doing that, run very fast.
Yeah, and from what I've discovered as a consumer advocate is the best of the services, they're actually using federal law to accomplish these issues. Is that right?
Well, in some regards, yes, because under the Fair Debt Collections Act and the Fair Credit Reporting Act, there are many rights that we have, or certain rights that you have as a consumer with regards to accurate reporting, accurate information. And so you have to, in a nutshell, go after these companies for the inaccurate reporting of information on you. It happens all the time. It's kind of like an all-out war that you have against these companies and the inaccurate reporting that they put on your credit.
So being that you're in the industry, you obviously will see more credit reports than I do. I see a lot of them leading a lending company, and I kind of chuckle all the time, and I speak about this on a regular basis, that we have this thing that comes out and it says that on 60 Minutes that 20% of the credit reports have errors on them. And I'm out there saying I've never, ever seen a credit report that did not have an error. How about you?
Yeah, I agree totally. So that number that they put out was grossly inaccurate. I would probably really say about 100% of credit reports have inaccurate data of some sort.
And you have to know what that means, right? I mean, that's part of what you're doing there, right? Is looking at these credit reports. And I assume that's your process. You look at the report and educate people on what's right, what's wrong, and what their potential might be. Is that it?
Yeah, in a nutshell, what we do is we do perform what's called a credit review. So I would review a person's 3-bureau report. Then we assess what issues that we see, as well as what are the clients looking to accomplish. So from that, I mean, inaccuracies, you've seen them from student loan reporting or information with, some people show lots of different addresses. A lot of folks have authorized user accounts that may have been outdated, or old divorcee people who were married have accounts where they were joint accounts from a previous marriage that are showing. And then oftentimes information collections and others that are showing up that may not even be the person's. So there's lots of stuff on credit reports that lots of room to dispute, but there's lots of inaccuracies all the time.
And can all of that be removed, or does it have to be removed, or what's the situation there?
Well, the removal process is tricky in and of itself, but yes, the information, you have a right to have the information removed. Many people think about what they're saying, hey, after 7 years, it has to fall off. Well, that may be the case, but it's not how it works. So that's where we find ourselves educating our clients more, is on the process of removing items and, what's feasible, and throughout that entire process. So yes, what we do is help them. Oftentimes some information, like a bankruptcy, for example, many people have this old stigma that a bankruptcy is a negative thing. Well, if you're in a Chapter 13 and you've made your payments on time, then that actually reports. So and then they show all of your information, the old accounts, as being discharged within the bankruptcy. So getting those items off of the credit, it's not necessarily going to benefit you. But it's not necessarily hurting you either. The entire goal is to offset negative with positive. So what's really more important is how has the individual, how have they cleaned up their credit, and how have they progressed beyond the bankruptcy? So if you haven't changed your habits, then you're really not going to change much anyway.
So I've looked at it and shared with folks that it seems to me, from my understanding, that a bankruptcy should increase my credit score. And I want to talk to you about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. We'll also chat more with Robert Houston. We're going to talk about a trusted real estate advisor, provides expert advice, and how to use gift money for your down payment. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less? All without having to spend more each month than you spend right now. Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. A trusted real estate advisor provides expert advice. If you're a homeowner or planning to become one soon, you're probably looking for clear information about today's housing market. If you've turned to the news or even just read headlines recently, you might feel like you're left with more questions than answers. The best way to make sure you get what you need is to work with an expert. Why you want to learn on a trusted professional. Actually, I think it's why you want to lean on them, but hey, you know something I can't see with my eyes closed. With any big milestone in life, it's wise to seek advice from people who are experts in their field. While you likely want that advice to be perfect simply is not possible. But professionals have the knowledge and experience to be able to provide you with the best advice for your situation. For example, let's say you need an attorney, so you seek out an expert in the type of law required for your case. They won't immediately tell you how the case is going to end or how the judge or jury will rule. But what a good attorney can do is discuss the most effective strategies based on their experience and help you put a plan together. They'll even use their knowledge to work with you to adjust as new information becomes available. Similarly, the job of a trusted real estate professional is to give you the best advice they can. Just like you can't find a lawyer to give you perfect advice, you won't find a real estate professional who can either. That's because it's impossible to know exactly what's going to happen throughout your transaction. But an expert real estate advisor knows market trends and the ins and outs of the home buying and selling processes. They'll use that knowledge to help both the national headlines and what's happening in your local area. Gotta explain it. You got to understand it. That way you have the best of both worlds and you can feel confident in your decision to buy or sell. Freddie Mac explains why having an expert on your side is so essential. Quote, the success of your home buying journey largely depends on the company you keep. Be sure to select experienced, trusted professionals who will help you make informed decisions and avoid any pitfalls. With their expertise, a real estate advisor can anticipate what could happen next and work with you to put together a solid plan. Then they'll guide you through the process, helping you make decisions along the way. That's very different. That's the very definition of getting the best, not perfect advice. And that's the power of working with a real estate advisor. To get expert advice when you buy, sell a home this year, let's chat. And if you have any friends, family, or coworkers looking to buy, sell, or borrow on real estate, give me a call, 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with one of the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. Get all the information you need about any market properties in the country. About 97% of them are right there on RSR Home Scout. Continue our conversation this morning. Robert Houston is with us. Mr. Credit Repair. .biz is the name of the company or the website. Now, being that this is your first time on Ron Siegel Radio, Robert, I'm not going to give you the typical treatment that I give to some, especially now that my favored school is moving into your conference. So
okay.
I usually have the USC fight song ready for people that are out there, but you know we'll hold that until your next visit with us.
Looking forward to it.
I got to have some fun, but so here's the question I'm going to pose to you because I am not the credit expert, although I have talked about credit for the last 12 years. Mm-hmm. I don't follow all the rules and regulations like the experts do, but I get to talk to you guys, so it's great for me. Seems to me the last I heard is about 30% of my FICO score is going to come from utilization of credit. Mm-hmm. Is that about right?
Yes, sir.
If I file bankruptcy, my utilization should drop, doesn't it?
Well, because those accounts are gone. One would think. They run many different metrics per se for credit. And this is the thing. And let's just be honest about it. If you go to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, Credco, Credit Karma, all these other companies, none of them are going to have the exact same information or scores for your credit. That's just how it is. So there is no one size fits all. Experian, it being the biggest company, can kind of set the tone for things, but that it really doesn't matter because I honestly feel that the process isn't streamlined enough. There is no one size fits all. If it were the case, then we would get the same information every time. But circling back to your utilization, absolutely. A bankruptcy only hurts you initially because people file bankruptcy when they're running into financial trouble. But after the discharge, the goal is to offset negative with positive. So you can see a credit increase even after a bankruptcy, and in some cases within it, based on how a person, if they set up secured credit, maybe get authorized user accounts, follow a budget, and pay bills on time.
Wow, pay bills on time. That's what a novel thought.
You know, it's amazing that a lot of folks get into trouble, and you believe this. You wouldn't believe it how many people have come to me who basically max out everything. They just run up their bills, take all the cash out from them, and then come back and say, hey, just get rid of, can you help me get rid of it? So again, we're not the credit police, and I want to make that known. Our job is to eliminate negative information on your credit, which there's a big difference. So if you come to me and say, hey, I've got some issues that I'd like to eliminate, then we will definitely do that for you to the best of our ability. So when you say eliminate now, if they're accurate, can you, like, if I filed bankruptcy and it's there, can that be removed? You know, they've been selling that for a long time. back in the day, you probably could, and we've had some success with that. But as far as today, let's just be real, people. You're not getting rid of a bankruptcy once you file it. So when you call a company and say, hey, can you get rid of the bankruptcies, the judgments, and all that stuff? It's not going to happen. So people are just telling you that as if that's your justification for everything. I say, let's look at how to work within what's there, eliminate it, and remove all the other stuff that may be inaccurate or negative, but then focus on how to positively build credit for you and rebuild it.
How long does the process take, Robert?
Well, with our company, we literally can perform your initial campaign the same day. But for most people to see results, it's going to be a 60 to 90 day process. And let me explain. Most companies, again, I think we kind of, before we started the live segment, I was mentioning to you that most companies are renting a credit repair platform, which is like a CRM. So, and legally with credit repair, you cannot charge for something you haven't done, which is why companies charge a monthly fee for then they perform a service. Then again, the drawback from that is if you have, say, only 12 derogatory accounts, well, the company is only going to dispute one account every month. So therefore, it's going to be up to a year before you really see anything because they're just dragging it out to get that continuity on you. The difference with Mr. Credit Repair is simple. We do not charge monthly payments, no fees. We're not trying to get you to upgrade to the gold level. There's no MLM aspect to our company. We literally charge $299 one time. And what you get from that is you get a new monthly campaign every month for an entire year. And what that campaign includes is a full credit sweep. Sweep being, if you got one derogatory or you got 100, we will dispute them all. That also includes inquiry removal and disputes, inaccurate information, everything we do in that every single month for a year. The second thing you get with that is weekly updates and weekly tips. The third thing you're going to get is access to our client tracking portal. That tracking portal allows you to communicate with me or my team, send back emails, get access to videos and other information that you may deem important, but also it allows you to track your process, the process and your progress. But there's more. The last thing you get with our company is what's called credit suppression. Credit suppression is where we block the flow of negative information sharing between data collection agencies and the credit bureaus. There are so many companies collecting your data and they're selling it. So if you've ever received letters in the mail for a new car, or you may qualify for a card, that's because someone's selling your data, whether it's Facebook, whether it's, the credit bureaus themselves, or, any companies, Google, everybody sells it. So what we've done is compiled a large database of data collection agencies where we go through and we essentially freeze their ability to sell your information. So with that, it's kind of like lifting weights and doing cardio. And how it works is simple.
I don't do either of those, Roberts. Is that a problem?
Yeah, no, it's not a problem at all, man. I think you're doing just fine, brother. And so what happens is, though, the benefit is simple. Once you do a dispute, you perform a dispute on one end, and we kind of freeze the credit or the ability for them to share data on the other end. Well, what they can't verify, they have to remove. It's like lifting weights and doing cardio. It's a 1-2 punch. It is very effective. So if a company's not performing those steps on your behalf, then you guys feel free to give us a call.
That's an interesting concept. We're going to talk more with Robert when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. We've also going to chat a little bit about how to use gift money for your down payment. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage Action.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference in the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at RonSiegelRadio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Borrow Smart segment being brought to you by the National Institute of Financial Education. We're not getting educated in this country on finances. You listen to Ron Siegel Radio. We do that for you. How to use gift money for your down payment. I'm going to share how you can use gift money from a family member for a down payment on your house. Whether you've been saving for a while to buy a home or are just wondering how much is enough for a down payment, you may be able to use gift funds from a close relative for a down payment. Having enough money saved for a down payment is often one of the biggest hurdles to reaching your goal of home ownership. However, many loan programs allow you to receive a gift from a family member to use as your down payment. A recent study by the National Association of Realtors, NAR, revealed that 32% of first-time home buyers and 16% of all buyers received a gift from a relative towards their home purchase. Yes, there are loan programs available that offer 100% financing with no down payment, like USDA and VA home loans, but not everyone qualifies for these programs. The Federal Housing Administration, otherwise known as FHA, as well as other mortgage programs, allow you to use gift money for your down payment. Generally, mortgage lenders require that the donor have a familial or marital relationship with you. Depending upon the loan program, the following normally serves as acceptable sources of gifts for borrowers. Could be a parent, aunt, uncle, other person related by blood or marriage, spouse, fiance or domestic partner, child or dependent parent, legal guardian. Most mortgage programs will require you to provide a gift letter from the donor and verify that they have assessed funds or seasoned funds available to gift you. You will need to show the money coming into your account from them or wired directly to escrow. Your lender will be able to tell you more about what is required with your specific loan program, but overall, you'll need to have a gift letter from the person or persons who are gifting you the funds. The money cannot be a loan, so the gift letter cannot have any terms of repayment in it. What should be in the gift letter? The gift letter should include the name, address, telephone number of the donor's relationship to you, the dollar amount of the gift, the date of the transfer of the funds for the gift, state that the donor does not expect repayment from you, the street address of the property being purchased. Each loan program is a little bit different. For some loan programs, you can use all gift funds for your down payment, whereas other loan programs require that some of the down payment be from your own funds. You're going to want to check with the lender, that's us, to find out the requirements of the program you're in, or give us a call. We can help you with as well. One of the most important things to remember is that gift funds are just that, a gift, which means they are not paid back. In fact, the gift is actually a loan. You'll be denied, if the gift is actually a loan, you'll be denied the mortgage because of a lack of down payment funds. If you're required to pay back any portion of the gifted down payment, it is a loan. In addition to the gift letter, you'll be required to prove that your gift money has been given to you by the donor. Depending on how the donor gives you the money for your down payment, you'll need to verify that they have the funds in their account and that they have, in fact, given you the money. This can be done in different ways, including a copy of the canceled personal check, canceled certified check, money order, withdrawal slip from the donor's bank account, wire transfer receipt. All of those are available. Your mortgage lender will let you know of any additional information you'll need for the verification. A gift from your parents or family member might be just the ticket to getting into the house of your dreams. If you have any questions about this, give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Continue our conversation. That is the Borrow Smart segment brought to you by the National Institute of Financial Education. Continuing our conversation, Robert Houston, Mr. Credit Repair.biz, is on the line with us, on screen with us. Modern technology. He's in Florida. We're in California. Chatting about your credit. Robert, is all this national information? Is credit repair all governed by the federal government, or is it unique to every state?
Well, some states have implemented their own state kind of credit protections, but for the most part, most things are national. So most of the process that you go through is national.
I like that conversation going back to the last segment. We're not going to rehash everything, but the idea of that credit suppression, that sounds like a very fascinating subject, because you don't hear that being discussed hardly at all.
Well, it's not. Actually, I shouldn't be discussing it. Many people, they hate us, right? They hate Mr. Credit Repair because we give you the information. I think it's important to give the information and people informed in order to be taken, receive the maximum benefit. Lots of companies use that information as a way to, sell you something extra. And we just don't believe in that. So pretty much, if you're going with Mr. Credit Repair.biz, you're going to get the full set of everything that you need in order to be effective with your credit in the shortest period of time.
So one of the other questions I would have for you is what involvement do you need from me as a client of Mr. Credit Repair.biz? And what part of this do you handle through your platform?
Well, mostly it's all done through our platform. So what happens is our system of intake, someone's interested, they go to, of course, our website. They would either get me or one of our agents. We're basically going to do an assessment immediately. The information we need in order to perform a campaign is simply a copy of their ID, a copy of their Social Security card or number, and a piece of mail with their current mailing address, plus a 3-score credit report. We have a specific company that we use for the credit reports because that report allows us to upload directly into our platform. That's it. That's all. So we can perform those services on an ongoing basis, and you only need to provide those documents one time.
Wow. That's pretty simple.
It's very simple. And again, our cost is only $2.99. So it's cost. You can, you want to buy your kids someone a pair of Jordans, or you can get their credit cleaned up,
Well, leading into our conversation, I was just chatting about the concept that, the difference between a 720 FICO score and a 675 FICO score. I think we did it on a $500,000 loan. It made it be different, but that was like $230 a month.
Wow.
So you're talking about $30,000 over the life of the loan versus $299. I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, there's a lot of incentive to get that score over 700.
Is that possible through this process you're talking about?
Well, let's break it down. And I'm glad you asked the question, because many realtors and loan people come to us on a referral basis as well when they have clients who are either sub 600 or are seeking to get a score boost from their on a campaign. So we can at times perform what's called a rapid rescore. You may be familiar with that as being in the mortgage business.
Yep.
So we can kind of perform a rapid rescore type of campaign for our clients as well that benefit them who are on the fence for getting to say a 620 or getting over 700 through a series of steps that we follow. So it is possible to do so.
So I don't have to go through that rapid rescore process.
Well, we kind of have our own version of a rapid rescore that's somewhat just as effective. So not to take away the hard work that many folks do from the mortgage standpoint in order to do that, because it's kind of uses the same information or processes. Whereas you're going to make a couple payments that you try to get them to report right away. So in some instances, we can either have them maybe pay down something quickly, or we can maybe try to eliminate something that shouldn't have been there quickly as well.
Okay, so and like I saw a report just recently. The person was like 3 points below a price break. Is that something that you think is that might fit in?
Well, in a normal sense, I don't normally advise it, but if it's that important for them, if it's a difference in $200 a month on a payment, then I would definitely say it's worth it.
So one of the things that we've been talking about a lot lately, especially in this rapidly increasing interest rate environment, is the concept that, refinance your loan now, pay off your debts, and, when during the recession that's coming or we're in, we'll see interest rates drop if history repeats itself. And then you can, restructure your loan with a lower interest rate because you don't have that cash out charge that's involved. If we throw in the credit repair that you're talking about, or the credit enhancement you're talking about, is there a strategic way of making those payoffs to the credit card companies?
Yeah, well, strategically, they just make the payment. I guess the only strategy is they make those payments, provide us with a copy of the document, and we can submit it on their behalf.
Well, what I'm kind of wondering is, am I better off doing, say I've got a $30,000 credit card bill and I get $30,000 from the cash out.
Okay.
Am I best off? Does it matter if I send them $30,000 all at one time or $10,000 a month for 3 months?
Oh, well, the one-time payment's going to have a more of an immediate impact.
Okay.
You can even get away with making a $15,000 payment and just paying it down by half.
Okay. So I'm going to throw this out there because I think we've only got about a minute or two left.
Okay.
So you said that it's $299 one time.
Yes. For an entire year.
Okay. What I'm going to do right here, just because I can, and maybe I shouldn't, but I will, is how about doing this? Call if you have questions, you got challenges, give a call to Mr. or go online, mrcreditrepair.biz. Take a look at what the program looks like. If you have a need, if it works best for your family to restructure your home loan, and you go through our team, what we'll do is we're going to give you a credit for half of that cost through the end of September. Wow. So you can take that cost and again, half of it through the end of September 2022. I know we're being recorded. We're on TV, on our socials. So you've got to get with mrcreditrepair.biz and get that done. If you do a loan with the Siegel lending team, I'll tell the team that we're going to give you a credit for half of that cost. And the reason I only do half is because I want you to have some skin in the game.
Yeah, guys, and the phone number is 1-800-878-1837. Again, that's 800-878-1837.
Perfect. And if you're not sitting there right by a place to write that down, just give us a call at 800-306-1990 like you always do. And we'll put you in touch with Robert Houston. Appreciate you being on with us, Robert. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Dude. All right.